minute Cinco de Mayo. Because it's May. It is May when we're filming this.
It's minute 5 of May.
Cinco minuto Mayo.
I'm sorry,
De Mayo.
guys.
Huh?
I said, I'm sorry, guys.
You bastard. You traitor. You want to scooch in a little bit? For the frame. You just scooch out.
Other way.
Alright, we're in minute 5.
I'm Richard.
I'm Brian. Wait. No, that's the outro.
What's the intro? I forgot.
And this is I Love You 3000 Minutes. The podcast that time travels through the entire Infinity Saga endgame style, one glorious minute at a time. We're on minute 5 of Iron Man 1. And Richard, what happened to our boy in the cave?
He realizes the gravity of the situation. He starts to come to, and he looks straight into a camera. It's one of those... Actually, at the time... We'd gotten used to seeing this because we'd seen a number of terroristic threat videos of them holding someone hostage. And actually kind of shocking and of the times.
And we've got 6 people around him in camera with a flag in the background with 2 swords crossed. And we see filling in the blanks for what's covered by some of the men, 10 rings. Which might come in handy later. But we've got 3 men with ski masks and 3 men covering their mouths and faces with scars. And oh my gosh, that's a big gun pointed at your boy.
There's like 2 magazines in that thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It might be holding grenades.
What?
It's a grenade launcher on the bottom there, I think it could be. I think that's what that is.
I think that's called... I actually know the name of this gun. It's called Overkill.
It's the name of a band. A really awesome band.
And a name of a game that I played once. But yes, we see one of the 6 reading a note. And behind the camera there's 2 people. They're kind of in a tent. It's a simple silver camcorder. He's got blood on his face. And then, boom, metal sound, Iron Man logo. And what would you say happens after that?
This is exposition from the film, trying to explain who exactly he is, some of his backstory, his life. Perfect grades in college.
We're in Vegas 36 hours earlier, or 36. And I think I'm correct in saying that this wasn't the plan. They didn't mean to do this originally and have that clip in the beginning. Although, I would be shocked if they hadn't changed that plan by the time they filmed that first sequence, because it fits so well as a beginning stinger. But they found, I think, that if you didn't have that, they just had people seeing him as a jerk for like half an hour until he gets attacked. But having it in the beginning, knowing he's going to be in the middle of that and get injured and kidnapped, we have sympathy for him from the get. And then we can see him in his pre-Iron Man days, pre-changed man.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if any of the 3 roles that controlled the narrative wrote it that way. If either the writer did it, or it was the director's idea, or if it was the editor's idea. Like, any of them could have been like, this would be awesome. Introduce it to the rest of the team. The whole team goes, damn, that was good.
Yeah, I think I'm confident enough to say that it wasn't originally the plan, but they came up with that later. Maybe not after filming, because that is so good. But this is a very interesting intro. It's like, we're going to intro this guy, Tony Stark. But first, after saying that he's pretty good at his grades, we're going to talk about his dead dad. And then his dead dad's dude bro. And then him at 21.
Mm-hmm.
But we see a Wired article. First it says visionary. No, we see a Wired article, the mind of Tony Stark, and there's other articles. It says it's January 2008, shooting down satellites, 100 games for geeks. Which other nice little articles?
Part of Wired magazine, and then it shows his mom and dad.
Where's his mom?
That's not his mom?
That's him.
Oh. You sure?
That's a boy.
I suppose.
But then we see Tony Stark. Editing Brian coming in real quick to say that I meant to say Howard Stark. So, move along. Move along. Oh, wait, that's the wrong Disney franchise to be referencing right now. Who, for some reason, I don't know why I got this feeling, but I feel like he's going to be played by two different actors in the future. Not him. I don't know why.
Strange feeling.
And then we get a crowd shot with a... It's interesting. They do light this bald gentleman, who I don't know his name, more, but they also light the flowers, the white flowers in front of him, kind of as a spotlight, which is interesting. And then we got this colonel over here drinking some red wine. But we hear that at age 4 he builds his first circuit board, 6 his first engine, seeing more pictures with his dad.
They get a good shot with him and Bill Gates.
I was literally going to say that. It looked like Bill Gates.
That is Bill Gates.
Nice!
Nice shop.
Yeah, I was going to... Okay. But then we see him palling around with his dad, which, again, for some reason I feel like the next time we're going to see his dad, he's not going to seem like the guy who would hang out and make a bike with his son. But this is a popular mechanics magazine we see. Chip off the old block. 6-year-old Tony Stark builds first V8. What's a V8, Richard? I'm not a
engine
man.
with 8 cylinders.
What's cylinders?
Engines,
not even kidding.
Engines use cylinders to make power. The more cylinders, the more vroom vroom.
Okay. We get a tease for something later. I mean, I have a feeling. In another thing in there saying, will the arc reactor save all our energy needs? Then backyard rockets. And let's see. Metal versus wood. Sharpen your skills.
I wonder if Popular Mechanics was a real magazine. If that is a real magazine, I'd subscribe to it today.
Oh, I believe it is. And then we get the MIT Technology Review, which, if you remember, which I don't know why you would because you've never seen any of these movies, but in Captain America Civil War, he does a speech at MIT. Gotcha. And he makes a grant. Technology Review, we go into a few different things. Robotic Wunderkind. Wunderkind. Oh, that's...
It comes from a German root word, like how... I think it's because English is a mixture of a bunch of languages, and I'm pretty sure that was originally a German word, and you can say Wunderkind or Wunderkind,
okay.
And it's just child prodigy, basically.
So it says MIT's... Tony Stark, MIT's Robot Wunderkind, and then in the corner it says... Dissenter on Artificial Intelligence. Which... I don't know if that
What does that black text say?
It's too
blurry.
Yeah.
Can you try to move back or forth?
Yeah. Remember, I filmed this on my phone, filming an iPad, just so we could have this. Broad Institute? I don't know. But I wonder if that was any tease of Ultron or a tease for Whiplash.
Oh. We can't see. Oh well.
But you also see when it says Robotic Wunderkind that it's got what looks like the robotic arm that'll come back later in the drawing on his chalkboard. So that's him inventing that. Oh, and there's the arm. Mm-hmm. Tony Stark poses with the prize-winning robot in his father's workshop at Stark Industries.
And let's see how legit this text is around it.
I was just I'm trying to zoom out as much as possible where it's still clear from my phone. So, as far as I can see, it says seasoned professors scratching their head. You're out of the frame. Mm-hmm. Seasoned professors scratching. Do you want to read this? I've been talking for a while.
Get ready. Okay. I got it. Yeah. Stark, the son of pioneering weapons designer Howard Stark, comes from a family of big ideas. During World War II, Howard Stark worked closely with a team of engineers to help deliver the atom bomb, despite cries that it was an impossible feat. So they say his dad helped with the atom bomb. Tony Stark is no stranger to science. He's been building circuit boards and getting his hands dirty since the tender age of 4. Tony Stark, currently attending MIT, has been getting a lot of attention lately for his creations. It's a lot of fun to create something new. That's some generic, engineer quote. This month he won the fourth annual MIT Robot Design Award. I really wanted to win this one, so I did.
Says Stark. Well, that's legit. Then we see some other stuff from different lines that say Sybil for returning America's military into the, and then later on, adults, let alone in someone so young. That sounds creepy. And then it goes over to the Washington Times, Washington, D.C., Friday, December 17th, 1991. Something that will pay off in Captain America Civil War, that date. I wonder if, since the article would be the next day, gotta look at that 17 years from now when we get to it. Howard and Maria Stark die in a car accident on Long Island. Thousands to attend funeral in Manhattan for founder and president of Stark Industries. Nation mourns passing of husband and wife. By Michaela Alex Gahoud.
Let me see.
Again, I'm sorry. I recorded this with my phone.
Gabriel. Alex.
Michaela Alex Gabriel. Cleared up right away. We're not going to read that art. Do you want to? Yeah,
no.
Howard Stark, an icon of America's strength. Not good. The passing of a Titan. And honestly, in all the MCU, this is the best de-aging if they did any de-aging on this picture. It's a benefit that it's a picture. But Jeff Bridges looks like a young boy. He looks like a young boy with a full head of hair. Beautiful.
I mean, I feel like that's not how he actually looked when he was young, but you take that then current version of him, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a younger version of that guy.
Yeah, I only meant that as like a 10-year difference from what he looks there.
Yeah.
But Newsweek has him just looking down, disappointed at the globe. Mm-hmm. Like, oh man, the world. What a disappointment. And we zoom in and it says, what's next? A superpower steps up. A new superpower steps up. The interim president, Obadiah Stane, to lead Stark Industries. And then zoom out. Forbes. The new kid. Tony Stark takes reins at 21. We see in the technology section the information superhighway industry, the defeat of Praniff. Yeah, I can't see more than that in this minute. But we got this big, beautiful presentation. And Obadiah Stane just looking over his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Wonder why. Alright, you look super cool, Mr. Stark, and you look like a creepy mother effer. In the background, just look over your shoulder. Just do the sexy people on like CBS promo of.
I mean, even in canon, even in that universe, they probably just took two separate pictures and put them over each other.
They can't be bothered. They can't be bothered to be in the same room. I haven't seen Stark in this room yet. Anything else I'm missing?
Any macro thoughts on it? It's just exposition, explaining some backstory.
They did it with style and pizzazz. It is Vegas. Vegas.
Is it?
Las Vegas.
Yeah,
they said it was in Vegas.
That convention. Yeah, sure, okay.
It did.
I understand. I bet. I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you. You don't need to rewind. No, stop.
Right after Iron Man.
That's cool. Okay. That's
Las
cool.
Vegas.
36 hours earlier. Wow, okay.
Jinx, buy me a Iron Man suit.
No.
I was going to say cocaine.
Give me $200 million and maybe we can get started on that Iron Man suit.
It's your jinx to work out. What are your macro thoughts besides thinking that young Tony was his mother?
That's just backstory. The most boring minute so far.
Okay. Damn! Take that, Iron Man!
It's informative and good. Alright, it is.
That's the end of minute 5. I almost said 4.
I'm Richard.
I'm Brian.
You've got an army.
And we've got a podcast. I tried adding a little pause just to make you question if I was going to say Hulk.
You did it.